Welcome into the Chiefs Report. I am your host, Harrison Graham. Today's show is presented by Manscaped. Manscaped this holiday season, gonna be the perfect gift for all males in your life. I hate shopping for my dad. I really do. But Manscaped has good gifts because they have ball hair trimmers, the Lawnmower 4.0, a nose and ear hair trimmer, the Weed Whacker, and other males just needs, right? Stuff you need to stay, hygienic and keep your body sharp as well. Manscaped.com. We all need it in our lives, especially as we get older, gentlemen. 20% off, free shipping when you use promo code Chiefs. Go check it out. We'll tell you guys a little bit more about some of their specific products later on in the show. All right, appreciate everybody for tuning in to today's Chiefs Report. On the show today, we are going to take a look at an updated look at the AFC Playoff Picture, where things sit heading into Week 12 after Week 11, as, you know, we're kind of not hitting quite the final stretch, but teams are starting to separate, right? Like, you look at this, and certain teams are out of it, right? Like the Texans, yeah, we'll see you next year. The Steelers, they're not a factor. The Jags, there's a lot of teams that are out of the hunt. Now, there's still a lot to play for, right? I mean, you look at this. You got 5 teams that are 7-3 or better. Chiefs on top at 8-2. Bengals at 6-4, Jets at 6-4, Chargers at 5-5 in the hunt. A lot of things to go through. So I just kind of wanted to take a look at some remaining schedules, some scenarios for how the Chiefs can get that number 1 seed. Here's what we know for sure: the Chiefs control their own destiny in the AFC. They're a game up on every single team right now. So what that means is, if they win out, they get the number 1 seed. If they win out except one game, they probably get the number 1 seed too, unless Buffalo wins out, and then they would have the tiebreaker because the Bills didn't win the head-to-head, but the Chiefs have the head-to-head over the Titans, for example. You look at Kansas City's remaining schedule for their final 7 games as they sit at 7-2, or 8-2 now. Rams at home, that should be a green check mark easily. Rams are beat up. Matthew Stafford, good chance he won't even play. At Cincinnati in Week 13. That's obviously the game. Back to that in a second. At Broncos Week 14. Come on. Can't be losing to Nate Hackett. At the Texans in Week 15. Seahawks at home in Week 16. Could be a trap game. They've been playing some good ball this year. Broncos at home Week 17. At the Raiders in Week 18. You look at this remaining schedule, it's the Bengals. That's the one game where you're like, it's on the road. They beat you twice last year. You could lose that game. I think it's pretty important for the Chiefs to beat the Bengals because not that that monkey's on their back, but just the way they lost to the Bengals, especially in the AFC Championship game last year. I mean, that left a sour taste in all of Chiefs Kingdom's mouths, especially those players and coaches. There was rumors of, a halftime blow-up after what happened at the end of the half where, they could have kicked the field goal. They decided to stay on the field. They got tackled in play and left some points out there. Rumors of Eric Bieniemy and Kafka, who's gone now, and Mahomes all getting into an argument, yada, yada, yada. You blow that game. That didn't feel good. It's a new year, different situation, but I do think it's important to win this game on the road. If nothing else, A, to maintain the number 1 seed in the AFC, but B, just to kind of be like, not that was a fluke last year, but you don't want to be going into the playoffs this year potentially facing Cincinnati, and you've lost 3 straight to them. That's not what you want. Now, will the Chiefs get the number 1 seed in the AFC? Again, they control their fate. Type Y for yes, type in for no. Do you think the Chiefs will get that top seed? Let us know what you guys think, and after this YouTube ad break, we'll start looking at some other teams that are in the mix. All right, the Dolphins' remaining schedule is they currently sit with the 2 seed, the 7-3 right now on top of the AFC East. They have the tiebreaker over Buffalo because of a head-to-head result. They still got some tough games, right? Texans at home this week, they'll win that one, obviously. But then they go to the 49ers. That's a tough game. At the Chargers, tough game. At the Bills, very tough game. Packers at home, we'll see where Green Bay sits at that point, but anytime you face Aaron Rodgers, I know he hasn't been very good this year. You can't just assume it's a gimme. At the Patriots, tough game, very good defense. And then the Jets at home, who, listen, the Jets, they're scrappy. Good defensively. Zach Wilson sucks, and he has some explaining to do for what he said after their last loss, but that's not a gimme. This is a tough remaining schedule, man. I mean, I could see the Dolphins going 3-4, 4-3. I don't view them as a real threat to overtake the Chiefs in the AFC. Are they, at least in the regular season? Are they a contender? Yes. Is that offense dynamic with Tua, Tyreek Hill, and Jalen Waddle? No doubt about it. Well, could they be a dangerous team to face in the playoffs? Absolutely. Like Tyreek coming back to Arrowhead, that has fireworks written all over. But in terms of catching the Chiefs for the number 1 seed, I don't view them as a dangerous team right now because there's too many tough games on that schedule. I mean, I think they lose at least 2 more times, and I don't think the Chiefs lose 3 more times. And that's what it would take for the Dolphins to overtake Kansas City, assuming the Dolphins lose a couple of games here. Manscaped is today's sponsor on the Chiefs Report, and they have a ton of cool products, including the Lawnmower 4.0, which is a part of the Performance Package, by the way, which comes with a lot of items. But the Lawnmower first, got it right here in this pristine box. I mean, it's an excellent tool to shave your balls downstairs. I'm not afraid to say it. That's what we got to do, gentlemen. You can't be having the Amazon rainforest down there. And this holiday season, if you don't know what to get the males in your life, or if you're looking for someone to give you a present, get the Lawnmower 4.0 from Manscaped and get some other gifts as well. You can get the crop stuff to rub on your balls, like crop exfoliator, which is this product. You kind of rub it downstairs, going to keep your skin nice and smooth after you use the Lawnmower 4.0. Crop gel as well. It's very important. It's like deodorant. You put it under your arms so you don't smell like BO. Have you ever worked out? I hope the answer is yes, because afterwards, when you get undressed, you're about to go in the shower, you know what that smell is? It's your junk downstairs because you're not keeping it nice and fresh. These products will help you do it. And guess what? I'm going to drop them. Perfect stocking stuffers this Christmas season. Throw them in there. You'll be good to go for the holidays. You're going to wake up on Christmas, and your son, your uncle, your brother is going to open that and be like, yes, this is what I've been wanting. Manscaped.com, 20% off, plus free shipping when you use promo code Chiefs. Check out all their products. They are fantastic. All right, let's talk about Buffalo, who technically is the 5 seed right now, but they're tied with the Dolphins at 7-3, and they've got a head-to-head, so they control their destiny in the AFC East, as do the Dolphins. Winner of that game will be in a good position. They go to Detroit this week, where they actually were just in Detroit to face the Browns for that neutral site game after the snow situation. They should win that game. At the Patriots, that'll be tricky. It's going to be a tough one. Jets at home, they should win that game, especially after losing the first time. They should beat them this time, especially at home. Dolphins at home, that's obviously the game in that division to monitor. At the Bears, that should be an easy win. At the Bengals in Week 17, that should be a fun one. And then Patriots at home, Week 18. I wouldn't say it's a easy schedule. I think it's a tick easier than what Miami has remaining, and I just think Buffalo is going to beat Miami at home. Late in the season, it's going to be cold. I think the Bills are going to be able to handle that better than Miami will. I think they win the East still, which means they're probably still the biggest threat to catch up to you for that number 1 seed because they did beat the Chiefs head-to-head. So Buffalo, every week you're cheering for who they play against because they're the team that could catch up to you. AFC East champs. All 4 teams are 6-4 or 7-3. They're technically all just a game apart. Bills and Dolphins at 7-3. Jets and Patriots at 6-4. Type BUF if you think it'll be the Bills. Type MIA if you think it'll be the Dolphins. Again, both those teams 7-3. Type NYJ if you think it'll be the New York Jets. Or type NE if you think it's going to be the Patriots. Both those teams 6-4. I think it'll be the Bills. Let me know who you guys think wins that division. Now, subscribe to the Chiefs Report today. Join the family here on the channel because any and all are welcome, especially if you're part of Chiefs Kingdom. You can't be, like a Chargers fan or something like that. But, hey, we're here all season long. Every single day we're hitting you guys with the video, latest news, rumors. We'll do more playoff picture updates throughout the season as well. It's youtube.com/ChiefsTV. Don't miss any of our coverage. All you got to do is subscribe and turn on notifications. Let's talk about the Ravens now. Here's what they've got remaining is they're also 7-3, kind of just quietly, kind of rolling along. Kind of a weird win over the Panthers on Sunday, 13-3, but got it done. At the Jags this week, that's a game they should win. Broncos at home, at the Steelers, at the Browns. We'll see what that Deshaun Watson situation is, but those 4 games look very winnable coming up here, but it is the NFL. Falcons at home, Steelers at home, at the Bengals. You look at some of these remaining schedules for these teams, that's one of the easier ones, but luckily for the Chiefs, Baltimore just doesn't scare me. Like, they're not built to beat the Chiefs in a playoff game. Like, you get a lead on them, can Lamar and that below-average receiving core throw themselves back into a game? We just haven't seen it. And this is not a Lamar can't throw. That's not what it is. The receivers stink there. Like, Greg Roman is not a passing play caller. Like, he doesn't design a good passing offense. They can run it if you get down on Baltimore, but we know the Chiefs can come back. Patrick Mahomes is above 500 in his career when he trails by 10 points or more. So Baltimore is not a team that worries me. Could they get the number 1 seed with that remaining schedule? Yeah, it's possible. But if you play them in the playoffs, that's not a team I'm super concerned about. Titans remaining schedule. They're also 7-3. Chiefs do have the head-to-head, so kind of a game and a half up, if you will. Bengals at home this week. That'll be an interesting game. I'm curious to see how that one plays out, honestly, because the Titans got that really good defense. Bengals got that really good offense. At the Eagles, so you got a couple tough ones here. Jags at home. At the Chargers, that'll be an interesting one. Chargers got to start winning some games to get back into the wild card hunt. Texans at home, Cowboys at home, another tough one there. Then at the Jags, so kind of a mixed bag. Some tough ones and then some ones they should handle. Jags, Texans, Jags twice actually. What I will say is we've seen it. The Titans defense has given the Chiefs issues in the past. Last year, 27-3, worst game of Mahomes' career in the regular season. Now, that's kind of when the Chiefs were going through a funk early on, but still, we saw it a couple weeks ago. Malik Willis got the start. That was, a 14-point spread or whatever? And that game goes to overtime. I mean, the Chiefs had to earn every yard in that game. Mike Vrabel's defense is built to at least challenge the Chiefs. Now, I think Kansas City would play better this time around, but still, that's a team come playoff time. Like, I would much rather play Baltimore than Tennessee. We'll ask you that question right now. It sounds weird. You're like, you'd rather play Lamar Jackson than Ryan Tannehill? The answer is yes, because I don't think that Ravens defense can have the impact that the Titans did. What the Titans have been able to do in the past, they've done it a couple times now, they can get a somewhat consistent pressure by only bringing their front four, and that is your only chance against Mahomes. If you can get home with 4 consistently, you have a shot. If not, if you blitz or if you drop 8, you're going to get carved. You have to get home with 4. That's been the only formula that even sometimes has a chance to work against Mahomes, and Tennessee's been able to do it. So who scares you more? Type BAL for the Baltimore Ravens or type TEN for the Tennessee Titans. All right, so you look back at the playoff picture here. We kind of broke down all the teams with 7 wins or more in terms of who could catch the Chiefs because, yeah, you face Cincinnati, but I don't think the Bengals are a real threat to, get the number 1 seed in the AFC. Already have 4 losses. Jets with 4 losses. Bengals are a scary team, but not in terms of the playoff picture to get that top seed. But you really look at this, top 7 right now, Jets at 6-4, outside looking in, Chargers at 5-5, everybody else 3 wins or less. You're looking at 9 teams for 7 spots. I mean, that's really where we're at. 9 teams for 7 spots, and you could probably narrow it down even more. You're probably talking about Cincinnati, New England, the Chargers, and the Jets fighting for the final 2 spots. I mean, that's really what this is going to come down to. I think the Bengals will be one of those teams. So then it's Patriots, Jets, or Chargers. Who gets the last spot? That's probably what it's going to come down to. And then obviously depending on the wins and losses the rest of the way, that'll determine the seeding specifically. But 9 teams alive for 7 spots. It'll be fascinating to see how it plays out in the AFC. All right, subscribe today. We appreciate everybody for tuning in to the show. If you enjoyed today's video, let me know, and we'll do more of these scenarios moving forward as, pretty soon it'll be the final few weeks of the season, and then it'll be playoff time, which is when things really ramp up here at the Chiefs Report. So subscribe, turn on noties, don't miss any of our coverage.